If you were coming up today, like as a young player coming up in the way they play today, how do you think your game would be different, or would it be different? Would you just play the way you played?
I think I would have played the way that I played. When I came in, I had to find a niche, and my niche was going to be strictly power. I was big, I was agile, I was strong, and the coaches I played for were kind of old school coaches, Matty Guka. So even though I had the ability to be like a Garnett or a Duncan, they were not going to let me do that. It was like get to the post, get to the post, get to the post. And that's what I did. Every now and then, when the game was kind of boring, I would get it and go coast to coast, make a nice pass or make a nice dunk. But uh, I think I would have, I think I would have still entertained the crowd and shot a few, just maybe shoot like one or two. Like let's say we're up by 10 in the fourth quarter, some men left, and I step out and shoot a three. But pretty much, I think my game, would be the same. The problem with today's game is the reason why it's watered down is everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone wants to shoot threes. Everybody wants to be Golden States. All the big guys want to be Dirk Nowitzki and Kevin Garnett. So I would have said, you know what? While you guys doing that, I'm going to master this.
Does it frustrate you to see the big men they don't really have great post play, things like that?
It frustrates me, but then I said to myself, it's all my fault. We are all products of our environment. When I was growing up, Father said, Bill Russell, Kareem, and Will, watch these guys play. They were kind of too old school for me. It wasn't really watching them. Then, who's this cat from Georgetown, the bald-head cat, Michael Graham, playing all mean, and Patrick Ewing, the guy throwing. Those are the guys that I watch. Who's this guy in the Navy, disciplined, running a court like crazy, spin lob, David Robinson? Who's this cat from from Syracuse, white cat, dunking with his legs up, Ronnie Cycli. So that's what I watched growing up.
Man, Shaq was one of the most physically dominating players I ever seen. Well, the most physically dominating player that I ever seen. He wasn't just big and strong, he was extra fast and quick too. I remember watching the finals when they played against the 76ers with Dikembe Mutombo. Man, Shaq could catch the ball in the post, turn around, elbow him in the face, then dunk it. Man, that was tough for Mutombo. I don't see how he made it through that series. Me and Shaq would have had to fight or something. I don't know, but can't nobody just physically dominate you like that, man. It was like watching a dad play against his son or something. He was just so much stronger and faster and just everything than Mutombo. And Mutombo was one of the greatest defenders in basketball at the time. So Shaq was special. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. All right, let's get into it. In this video, we got Shaq talking about if he was coming up today in today's NBA, how would his game be? Would he still have that same power game he had back in the day? Or would he have more of a finesse game like the bigs do in today's game? And Shaq said that he would still have that same power game, and I agree with him. I think that's the best choice because he found a niche, something that he was good at. Shaq was big, strong, quick, and fast, and those were his strengths. He's perfectly suited for the power game. So I'm sure Shaq could have worked on his game and been shooting fadeaways and been finesse, but he wouldn't be Shaq. He wouldn't be as great as he was trying to play that way. He found out what was unique to him, what was his strengths, and he played to his strengths. And that's what made him great, one of the greatest centers of all time. And that's what I'm telling you guys to do. You need to play to your strengths. What do you do well? That's what you need to play to during the games. Of course, you work on your the things that you're not as good at. But when game time comes, when it's time, when they take and score, that's when you go to the things that you do best. And I think that was one of my biggest problems when I was trying to go to the NBA was I wasn't particularly great at anything. My best attribute I had was I was a scorer. But the NBA, if you're not, a lottery pick or something like that, they're not really looking for somebody to score the basketball. They're looking for a role type player. They're looking for somebody that's a great spot up shooter, or they're looking for somebody that's great at rebounding or protecting the basket. I mean, guys like Kyle Culver. I mean, how many years he's played 20 years in the NBA or something like that. And Can you name me one other skill that he's good at except for catch and shoot? But that's no knock against Kyle Korver. He's found his niche and he worked on it, he perfected it, and it's done gave him a very long career. And so you want to find out things that you can do well, and you want to play to those things as much as you possibly can. And Shaq also talked about studying the game, watching film, watching players, seeing what they were doing, taking bits and pieces of their game and putting it in his. Talking about watching David Robinson and Ronnie Cycli and these guys and seeing what they were doing and putting the things that would work for him in his game. And that's something you should be doing as well. When you're watching basketball games and you see somebody do a move or doing something that you think that you could be good at, you need to work on putting that into your game. You need to study the game, see what's going on. All right, so click the link in the bio or the link in the description, wherever the link may be, click it. There's a free course in there teaching you how to attack the basket, things to look for in the defense, how to become a more efficient scorer, a more efficient basketball player. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.